Yep, Harry Potter is definitely a classic. Definitely. The impact that it's had, I think, is what makes it a classic. The fact that it works for, like, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to talk about kind of classics that I've read, which isn't that many. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, definitely a classic. And no, it is not the Sorcerer's Stone to any of you Americans. What do I like about this book? I think the primary thing is that it takes its time. Right? It takes its time. The book begins with a very, like, it begins in a way that you think a kid wouldn't like. Like, we start with the Dursleys, who are said to be boring, going about their day, and then this baby is given to them after these owls are flying around, right? And this owl transforms into a witch, right? It takes its time to give you the world, give you the characters, and mostly it's less about magic and more about people, the people who have magic, what makes it great. In fact, Harry Potter doesn't go to the magic school, Hogwarts, until chapter 7, which is like a third of the way in, right? So it's very much focused on building up this character, and that's what makes the book great. Yeah, this is like an 8 out of 10 book, I think. And I definitely want to read it again. I definitely want to read some of the Harry Potter books again. Not all of them are good. Right, like, the last book in the series, I kind of want to read that again just to see how bad it is. Because now that I've kind of, like, I'm thinking about what I read, and I'm thinking, wait, how bad was this book? Like, how mid was that ending, right? Because it wasn't a great finish to the story, but I kind of want to read it again just to see how mid it is, or, like, little details, because it's so long. It's interesting, but not great. The last book. First book, 8 out of 10. Last book is like 5 out of 10 or less. None of the movies were good, in my opinion. Right, there isn't a single movie that I would rather watch than read the book, I think. Right, like, I think I would rather read Prisoner of Azkaban than watch the movie. Right, because, like, the movie is so dark and dingy. Like, I'd rather just read the book. And I think that's minority opinion, because most people, I think people really like the Prisoner of Azkaban movie, but I just don't like how dark it is. Like, there's no magic in this world. Like, if I was doing an animation, if I was doing if I was doing an adaptation of Harry Potter, I would make it an animated film, and I would make it bright and colorful. It wouldn't be dark, right? Like, even when the books get dark, it shouldn't look dark. Like, the Deathly Hallows should have been this dark, dingy, gray film. Like, there should have been sparks of magic there, sparks of light, because it's Harry Potter, and that's how you feel when you read it. Right, but the movie started getting dark, literally dark, in The Prisoner of Azkaban, and that was annoying. I didn't like that. I would rather read the book. The new series, I'm curious about the new series. I can't afford streaming services. I'm not gonna pay for streaming services until I get a job. But I'd love to watch the new series. It probably sucks. I don't know. I don't understand why they won't just animate the story. When, bro, this is a story that is made for animation, but they won't do it. But I'm not saying like, oh, if you do it live action, it has to be bad. But it could be better. It could be better with if it's a cartoon. Yeah. Right, because we have The Worst Witch, and The Worst Witch was live action, right? And Harry Potter is based off of that. So I don't know, did she want it to be live action? Because so that it could be like The Worst Witch, I wonder. I'm definitely going to leave the theme tune for The Worst Witch in the description. I don't want to play it here because I don't want to play stuff in my streams. I don't want to react to stuff. Right, so what I think about Harry Potter? Yeah, so the best thing about it is that it takes its time. It isn't about the magic, it's about the character, foremost, right? And we don't get to the school until chapter 7. I've heard people say that J.K. Rowling is a bad writer because she uses too many adverbs. and I've seen that. I've seen the adverbs, and they don't bother me. The adverbs don't bother me. Like, for every time someone talks, there's an adverb, right? Like, she says, they said quietly, strangely, right? She's always adding that thing to it, where, most serious writers, they don't do that, but I don't know, it doesn't bother me too much. The books are so easy to get through. Like, you sit down, and you're so fast, so quickly. I read the entire series in 1 month. It was great. What else can I say about it? Oh yeah, well, Harry Potter is a pretty great character. He must be, right? He must have been written so well. Because everything he felt, I felt. Wait, no. That isn't true. I didn't feel everything he felt, but I was with him every step of the way. Like, I was like when he was feeling something, I was like, oh my god. Like, I was so glued to the page whenever he was going through something. Like, I heard people say they don't like, The Order of the Phoenix. The Order of the Phoenix is the best book in the series. Hands down the best book in the series. Or at least one of the best. And I was with him on that emotional journey 100%. I love reading that book. I'm not sure if I want to read it again because it's so long, but I love reading that book. I think I read it in a week or less. It was a quick one for me. Yeah, I think, Harry Potter is a great character. I was with him every step of the way, emotionally. Like, when he stares into the mirror of Erised, and he's, like, wishing he had a family, like, very beautiful part. I'm trying to think of what to say about it. I guess I can move on. The next classic is called Yep. Next classic, Charlotte's Web. Yeah. No dispute about this. This is definitely a classic. It's beautiful. I wasn't expecting to like it so much. So fundamentally, this is a book about love. Right? It's about a spider who loves a pig, and she does everything she can to save him, right? And all she has to do is write some words. Because when they see that a spider has written the words, some pig, they somehow think that the pig is special, and not the spider. Which is kind of funny, I guess. The writing was very simple, very easy to get through. I think I actually did cry at Charlotte's death. So, I wasn't expecting to, because I already seen the movie, so I didn't think I was gonna cry at the book. Because the movie, like, the movie's bigger. But when I say movie, I'm talking about the animated movie. Like, the animated movie made me cry with that song. Mother Earth and Father Time. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna put, I'm gonna put the soundtrack to the movie in the description. Because everyone should hear that. It's so lovely. I mean, it's mostly cute. That song is amazing. Yeah, so I cried at the animated movie. I wasn't expecting to cry at the book, and I did. I do want to read the book again. I've only read it once, so I can't really say much about it, except that the writing was simple and easy to get through. Made me cry. So, this book I'll give a 7 out of 10. Next classic. Oliver Twist. Now, I read this book with audio. I read it with an audio. Right, it was an audiobook. And I really want to read the physical copy, because I feel like, I enjoy touching books a lot. I like touching books. I like getting through it piece by piece. I like being able to reread parts. but I read it on audiobook, and the writing is very good. And he's also very good at writing children. Right. The most memorable part of the book was when this boy is making fun of Oliver Twist, and he attacks the boy. I don't know, that stuck out to me. Apparently Fagin is a Jew. Or maybe he just looks like he's a Jew. I remember that. It's been a while since I read it, but the writing is spectacular. Charles Dickens is great. So I don't want to read all his books because I'm not interested in all the plots. I was interested in the plot of this, right? Because this has been adapted a lot, and I like those movies. I've watched, I've listened to that Oliver Twist musical. I think I watched it when I was a kid, or maybe just a piece of it. I watched Oliver and Company, the Disney movie, which is loosely based on the book. And I've been thinking about doing my own adaptation of the story, right? Last year, I drew pictures of mice, right? For an animated movie in mind, where Oliver Twist is a little mouse, right? The picture looks so cute. I want to show it on Tumblr. Maybe I did show on Tumblr. Yeah, I think I did show on Tumblr, but the picture wasn't so great. But so I want to do like a better picture of the drawing I did digitally. Yeah, but it's been a while, and I read it on an audiobook, so it's kind of slipping for me, right? When you read it physically, it's like, I feel like it retains more, and I also get to reread lines if I'm reading physically. What else can I say? Yeah, so I told about the most memorable scene where a kid makes fun of him, makes fun of his mother, and he attacks him. Like, I don't know why, but that one stayed. That part stayed. So I'm giving Oliver a twist for the writing style and the way he writes it, child well. I'll give it 8 out of 10. Next classic. Okay, 1984. Yeah, I read this. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago I read this. Yeah. I liked the book, I guess. It's like an okay story, I guess. Is not a good person, right? And I don't mind that. I don't mind the fact that he's kind of sucky. What was his name again? Winston? Like, he doesn't have an opportunity to be a good person, though, because his whole life is just work and try not to get caught by the government, right? And then, right, and if he dreams or, like, the fact that he disagrees, he can't do anything much good. Then he tries to do something good, but then they catch him, torture him, and then he's released back into public, and that's it. The writing's good, I guess. Like, if a book doesn't have good writing, I'm generally not gonna finish it. Right? Like, I don't normally finish books that don't have good writing. So I guess the writing was good. But don't really care for the story. The romance, I mean, can I even call it a romance? Like, the relationship he has with this woman was kind of interesting. Like, the fact that it wasn't about love, it was just about rebellion, right? Like, he just had to do this because he had to fight the government, right? Because the government won't let them have relationships like he was having, right? So that was, like, sort of interesting. Yeah, so